Hello guys, Blagaga here, and finally with another video. I was sick the last week, so I couldn't record. I tried, but my voice sounded absolutely awful. And today we have a look at 10 cards that get completely wrecked by the new link mechanic and by the changes to the extra deck monsters that come together with it. But before we start the list, I have to mention a few facts about my picks, because otherwise a lot of you will probably ask themselves halfway through the list why certain cards are missing. This list will only contain single cards, not archetypes or deck types, so for example no ignites. Also I try to bring as much variation as possible into the list, and with that we can finally start with the number 10, Book of Moon. Book of Moon is one of the most flexible cards in the entire game, and it lets you do so much stuff. In fact, Book of Moon is such a nostalgic card that if you flip a monster face down, sometimes people even say to book something. But with the new link summoning mechanic and the rule changes that will come out, Book of Moon will be much weaker because link monsters don't change to defense positions. So by the way, if you wanted to know why they cannot, because the arrows and link markers on the card would also change their direction. So they probably just decided that link monsters cannot be changed to the defense position because of that reason. Anyway, let's move on to our number 9, and on place number 9 we have Dimensional Barrier. So this card is currently main decked in every single deck because zodiacs are so powerful. The card screws up your opponent's entire turn. Dimensional Barrier will still be powerful after link summoning mechanic comes out. Dimensional Barrier will probably be a side deck card from now on, not like it's now a main deck card. Let's move on to our number 8. Here we have Brilliant Fusion. So here we have a card that is very powerful. It basically gives you an additional normal summon every single turn, and also allows you to dump a light monster into your graveyard, which can have additional effects. But here's the main problem. The monster to enable Brilliant Fusion is Seraphinite, and that monster gives you also your additional normal summon. But here's the main problem with Seraphinite, is the fact that it's obviously a fusion monster and it will take away your extra deck monster zone. So this card will definitely see less play. Yes, I know there are some combos to use Seraphinite, for example, to a link summon, but then again your deck have to be focused on link summon, so definitely Brilliant Fusion from now on will see way less play. I don't think it will completely vanish, but again it will see way less play than at the current point in time. At number 7 we have a card that most of my subscribers will be familiar with, and that is Bahamut Shark. I made a separate video about Bahamut Shark and talked several times why this card would be ban worthy, but Konami went a completely different way with this card. The new rulings make Bahamut Shark kinda balanced, so you cannot abuse him anymore to summon this stupid thing. You stay where you are, and I don't mention your name, you stupid thing. So where was I? Yeah, alright. There are only 2 ways how you can abuse him now. By having a link monster on the field with at least 2 arrows pointing to your main monster zone, or by using XYZ Reborn to summon this thing. But enough with cards that were created when the translators had a little bit too much fun, so let's better move on to our number 6. Next at our number 6 we have a card that was ban worthy before the rule changes, but now it's actually kinda balanced, because you have to put a lot of effort to actually trigger its effect, and that is TG Hyper Librarian. Librarian was the core of every synchro heavy deck, letting you draw dozens of cards in one turn, mainly due to its synergy with Level Eater and Formula Synchron. The rule changes crashed this card. You need to summon him now, get him into the graveyard, drive in and everything, only that you can draw like 1 or 2 cards. If you use link monsters on the other hand, you need additional extra deck space, and we all know that decks in which this guy is mainly played in can't afford that. I know that sounds bad, but honestly I'm pretty sure that sooner or later there will be some crazy combos bringing this card nearly back to its old strength. At number 5 we have another card which is notorious for its ability to special summon a huge variety of monsters from the extra deck, and that is Ultimaya Solkin. Okay, let's be honest, with huge variety I mean Crystal Ring Synchro Dragon. Nevertheless, this card has tons of powerful monsters that it can summon. But why is this card higher on the list than Barmochak? Well, you cannot special summon this card from the graveyard, so to use this card's effect you have to use link monsters. Bofu the Hazy Shadow is probably this card's savior because you can use tokens to link summon. So being able to special summon tokens, giving you also a high level tuner in this process at the same time, will probably make this card still playable. But again, it will also see less play because you're kind of forced to run Gofu or something similar to really use this card. At number 4 we have a fan favorite. Shooting Quasar Dragon Boo takes the spot for all Axel Synchro monsters. There are already combos out to summon Quasar even after the rule changes, but let's be honest, you still need an entire deck revolving around this card to summon him. Also, one copy will probably be the maximum that you can summon. No crazy triple Quasar opening plays anymore. Also, as mentioned earlier when I talked about Librarian, the decks that run this card normally have a really full stuffed Axel deck. They don't have room for link monsters. Another Axel Synchro monster that could deserve the spot on this list is Crystal Phoenix. Poor Crystons, they never stood a chance in the first place and now they're even weaker. It's sad, but we have to move on to our number 3. And let me tell you this, all the cards that were already on this list are still kinda usable, more or less. But our top 3 cards are different, but enough talk, let's get to it. At place number 3 we have Totem 5. Yes, to be fair, in terms of playability, this card is worse than all the other cards on this list, I completely agree with you. But it was originally designed to nuke your opponent's board if you play Pendulum Summon, if you go for that 5 card Pendulum Summon. But after the rule changes, this effect will nearly never be used. To use this effect you have to special summon 4 monsters from your hand and then 1 from your extra deck, Pendulum Summon them at the same time. Or you use soul charts to revive 5 monsters from the graveyard including this card at the same time. But that not only takes a lot of your life points away, but also what kind of pendulum deck plays this card or what kind of deck would play this card just for the soul charge play. That would be really inconsistent, so this card simply has to take the number 3 spot on this list. Moving on to number 2 we have a monster which is already hard to summon, but with the new link summoning mechanic changes, man, this card is completely impossible to summon, like try to get this card out. Of course I'm talking about Sophia, Goddess of Rebirth. This card requires a Fusion XYZ, a Synchro and a Ritual monster to summon. The Ritual requirement was already tough, but now imagine how hard it is to summon her after the rule changes. Your board has only to look kinda like this. And Hungry Burger isn't even the most unrealistic thing on this picture right now. But the fact that this card is only place number 2 already shows you how much worse our number 1 is. But before we take a look at our number 1, let's have some honorable mentions, or maybe I should call them unhonorable mentions. First of all, the Karakuri Synchro monsters, because their Synchro plays aren't possible anymore, where they spam like 4 Synchros in one turn. Goyo Defender, for basically the same reason, because you cannot special summon a duplicate of himself from the extra deck unless you have a link monster. Number F-Zero Utopic Future. At number 100, Numberan Dragon, because you also need 2 XYZ monsters to summon this guy. And then also his attack gain effect is based on the number of XYZ monsters on the field. So you're probably asking yourself right now, Plagala, how can number 100 be an honorable mention? Well, as already said, I want to have a lot of different cards on this list. And our number 1 pick is very similar to F-Zero and number 100. Also, it would have been really boring, half the list kind of like XYZ monsters, kind of like that. So let's get finally to our number 1, and our number 1 is our current prize card, number 93 Utopia Kaiser. This is such a letdown because at the current point this card is a very expensive prize card and not a lot of people can play it, and when it will finally come to the TCG or will finally be there for everybody to play, it's completely useless. But why is this card so useless now? Well, see, the card requires 2 number XYZ monsters with the same rank. But not only this, a summoning condition is really hard to get off. Also his effect is based on controlling multiple monsters from the extra deck. So even if you have a link monster with 3 link markers that point to your main monster zone, you can only summon 2 monsters. But if you want to utilize this card to its full potential, that's nearly impossible, because your opponent basically needs to give you additional extra deck monster zones by having a link monster on the field with arrows that point to your side on the field. But why in the world would your opponent do something stupid like that? That would mean that he is so stupid that he completely ignores your entire main deck strategy. Then he's also so hard to summon that you basically have to focus only on summoning this guy. Even now he is not that great, but after the link summoning mechanic and the rule changes will come out, this card is so hard to use. And I didn't even mention the fact that you waste nearly your entire extra deck space just to use this card somehow efficiently. So yeah, number 93 is without a doubt the card that got screwed over the most by these rule changes. So that is my list, the top 10 cards that screwed over by link summoning and the new rule changes. So what do you think about my picks? Are there any other cards that I missed? In case I did, let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and sub to my channel. Thank you for watching, till next time, bye.